I haven't posted a reading in a very, very long time because I've been busy and like not committing to what I know I'm supposed to be doing, to what I really, really want to be doing. And I think that's what this full moon is about. This full moon is both the buck moon and the mead moon. The buck moon is the more modern American interpretation of this moon. It's called the buck moon because this is the period of time when young male deer, bucks, are starting to finally grow out their antlers and like fully grow them out. It's also called the mead moon. That's more of a British, European, old world interpretation. Back when people were beekeeping, this was the period of time when you could harvest honey and make mead, which is a fermented honey drink, which I highly, highly recommend. That energy is coming through. Summer full moons are always about happiness and lightness and freedom and that exhilaration of the summer season. But this is also full moon in Capricorn. And Capricorn is very much about like getting down to business, practicality, having a good head on your shoulders, making plans and taking active steps, right? And that ties in with the buck moon as well. It's a time to lock in, but not, I think this is the important part. The important part is the combination of the mead moon and the buck moon and Capricorn. Like these three triangulating together. It's all of them at once because that's how life is, right? It's just everything at once all the time. So this to me says, and I pulled one card because I wanted to know how to start this, and I got, oh geez, there it is. Wheel of Fortune. The light's gonna, oh, there you go. This is from the Salvador Dali deck, one he created himself. I highly, if you're into Dali, what this tells me is that we, because this is about me too, but if you're watching this, it's about you. We are in a moment when we need to celebrate how far we've come because we have come so far. Like, we have already built so much. You are not starting from scratch. Maybe you've been having moments of doubt recently or stagnancy, or it just feels like, for me, it's been, not only do I don't want to do, I feel like I don't have the power to do anything. And not only do I not have the power to do anything, I don't even know what to do. I don't know where to start. At least that's how I've been feeling. But I think that's because I've been letting doubt and other people's stories dictate my head, my story. You know, because I've done a lot of really hard work, and so have you. And we've built something. And the hard part is that we're not done building. And you have this picture in your head of what you want, and it's not here yet, and you're not even sure how you're going to get to it, because right now, maybe it feels impossible. It's not. Because you turned the wheel. We turned the wheel. Like, good things happen, you have to be ready to take opportunities, right? And sometimes you get lucky and opportunities get presented to you through no action of your own. But when they appear, you have to be the one to take the initiative to do it, right? You have to take that opportunity. You have to be brave and maybe be willing to shake up your entire life. That's funny. Fleetwood Mac, Landslide, has been ringing in my head all day. And it's that main line. I've been afraid. It's lower than that. Oh, I've been afraid of changing 'cause I build my life around you. Who helped you build your sense of self? For a lot of people, that's your parents, but maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was a grandparent or an aunt or whoever raised you, you know? Who were the parental guiding figures in your life that dictated your reality? Because when you're a little kid, the adults absolutely tell you what reality is, right? And then you get older and you have to be like, wait, they said reality was this, but I'm seeing this, and that's literally the opposite of what they said. Are they wrong? You know, that you always have to hit that crazy moment as you're growing up when you realize that your parents or your guardians aren't infallible and they don't know everything. And in fact, maybe they straight up are wrong about some things. Or a lot of things. You know, and that doesn't mean they're necessarily completely bad people. But everybody's working on these deep-seated patterns and belief systems that can very often remain subconscious because people don't take the time to self-reflect. The most important and powerful thing you can be doing right now is self-reflecting and looking inward and asking yourself, why do you think you can't do this? Look at what you've already done. You have made it this far. I want you to think through every awful thing that's happened, every hard thing that's happened, and then I want you to think about the fact that you got through it. You got yourself through it. Because nobody else can get you through those things. Like, people can support you, and that's huge and very important to have. It's a blessing. But in the end, when it comes down to it, you are the only one who can make things happen in your life. Fuck. Sorry, I'm gonna have to censor that. We're the only ones who can actually make things happen. And opportunities are coming because the wheel is turning. But you have to be willing to let the wheel turn. If you think it's impossible, it is. A lot of manifestation is simply moving past all the stories and rules you've been told your entire life about how the world works. Because nobody knows how the world works. And there are people who are so determined to say that they do know that they will start limiting out all these different possibilities. So they'll say, that's not possible, that's not possible. I know what's possible, and it's this, that, and nothing else, period. And I have control. No, you don't. You're just lying to yourself. You're just narrowing your view of the world. And I know not knowing is really, really, really scary. Especially if you're already dealing with anxiety and uncertainty. If you grew up in an environment where, like, you just never knew what was going to happen next or what to expect, or you were trained to just take orders and be subservient to whoever was, like, the dominant figure in your household. Finding your own way is scary because you don't know what's going to happen, and before there was already somebody who told you, this is how the world is. This is what's going to happen next. This is what you have to do. This is who you are. What if none of that is true? What if almost nothing they told you is accurate? What if they were so wrapped up in their own stories, in their own heartbreak and hurt and trauma and harm that they've experienced, their own anxieties, their own desperate need for control? You don't have to carry that for them. That's theirs. And they put it on you. And now it's dictating your life. It's your life, not theirs. No matter what they may tell you, because we all know how parents and the older generations and whoever raised you, family in general, friends, these people in your life who seem to think they know what's best for you, or seem to think they even know you when you are a continuously evolving and changing person, and maybe you don't even fully know yourself yet. So how could they possibly know you when you're still discovering and defining yourself? Like, it can be, I am always afraid of being delusional. I am afraid of being Delulu, which might sound crazy coming from a tarot reader and somebody who looks like, right? But I am. I don't want to be delusional. I want to be firmly grounded in reality. That doesn't mean I'm not deeply spiritual, or that I don't do things like this. But I do want to be realistic and pragmatic, you know? And I'm scared of being delusional because I have been in the past. There's been times when I've been so delulu that I just did stupid things and completely self-destructed. And looking back, I'm so ashamed of how stupid I behaved at that time. And so now I don't know if you heard that, but one of my bells just rang. I have wind chimes in the house, and one of them just rang. Confirmation. There were times in the past when you felt stupid, when you made mistakes, when maybe you were delulu, and now you second guess yourself, which is understandable because, and I bet you, if you, again, like I had some serious authoritarian figures growing up who made me question myself constantly. They said, "You're this thing," and I'd be like, am I that thing? I don't think I am that thing. Am I that thing? But then they kept telling me I was that thing, and they were older and wiser. So I must be that thing if they said I'm that thing, right? No. No. You do have to be careful. You do have to self-reflect and make sure you are not, ignoring the facts of reality around you. That is important. It is important to stay grounded, but at the end of the day, you cannot let any other human on this earth tell you what is and is not, who you are or who you are not. At the end of the day, each individual human on this planet has to decide what they think reality is, what they think the rules are, how they think things work, and that is an individual thing. And everybody's got their own version. And nobody else should be telling you what your reality is or what you can and can't do. Period. The buck moon is about growth. It's about stability. You have that already. You have been growing like crazy. And you got, stags have 4 feet, but in your case, you got all 2 feet on the ground. All 2 hooves. There is more to be done. And it can feel too big. Whatever your dream is, maybe right now you think about, like me, I want to someday be a professional tarot reader, and that be my entire career, and I don't do anything else. And right now, that feels impossible. Completely impossible. But of course it's impossible to go from doing everything I'm doing now to immediately being a professional tarot reader with a customer base, right? Like you can't go, and so it is. Because that is not reality, right? What is reality is that I can just put a video out like this, right? I can do a tarot reading and record the tarot reading and put it out to the world. How am I ever supposed to become a professional tarot reader if I'm not putting out tarot readings for people to see? How are you supposed to get where you are if you aren't even taking the first tiny step? And it can be hard to decide because, again, you can get so wrapped up in your head with all these stories running in the background about how you can't or how you aren't, whatever. And then this feels so impossible, so of course I'll never be able to do it because I can't and I'm not and this and that. And no! You can and you will if you decide to. Do you want it? Do you really, really want it? Not just like, oh, this is a fun idea or this is a fun daydream. Is this a need that tortures you at night? Have you cried over this? I have. I've cried about feeling like I'm not doing the right thing with my life and I'm not where I'm supposed to be or who I'm supposed to be. Because when it's something you really want, when it's something that's really meant for you, it will hurt that bad to not be where you want to be. And you know how you make it stop hurting? Start doing things about it. And again, they don't have to be big. But like the first step of manifesting your dreams into reality is taking practical, physical steps in the real world. Scripting is cool. Closing your eyes and visualizing, super important. Having a very clear, detailed idea of what you want, great. But until you physicalize that in our 3D dimensional plane, until you start doing physical, moving your body, using your voice, writing things, typing things, painting, whatever, until you do something, nothing's gonna happen. You can sit and pray and cry and beg. But until you decide that you want this enough to actually do something about it, it's never gonna happen. Because you have to make it happen. And it doesn't mean you have to do it alone. And again, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Please don't eat elephants. I love them. Also, like, Ganesha might be pissed, but one bite at a time. It seems insurmountable. It seems huge. It seems impossible. Think about things that are attached to it, little things that don't seem impossible. Like, say I wanted to start, I don't know, a lemonade stand. I can't immediately have a beautiful Starbucks-style store with a thriving clientele that sells lemonade. No, I gotta start by setting up a folding table on the curb and filling a pitcher of lemonade and putting up a sign and sitting there. I might have to sit there for several days. It might take a while. And maybe I have to get more creative. Maybe I have to get a better sign. Maybe I gotta get fancier lemonade. Maybe add strawberry, pink lemonade. Add extra options. You know, you gotta try different things. And you gotta be okay with failing. Which I know is so scary. That's like the worst case scenario, right? Trying something and failing. It's terrifying. Why? Because somebody told you it was. Because somebody told you trying something and failing at it was one of the worst things you could do. Do you believe them? I don't believe that. When I see something, try something and fail, my first thought is not, haha, you failed, dumbass. Like, no. Do you do that? Do you see somebody try something and fail and just feel the urge to crap all over them and dismiss them and be like, well, you're stupid. You deserve it. I mean, some people are that way on the internet. But are you? If you saw you struggling with this, whatever it is, what would you say to them? If you could stand outside of yourself and imagine it's a different person in your situation, what advice or kind words would you give them? I bet you'd comfort yourself, right? And say, hey, it's okay to not get it right the first time. You've never done this before. Of course you're not going to get it right the first time. Like, somebody who's never painted before, the first time they pick up a paintbrush, what they paint is probably not. I mean, maybe they're a virtuoso, right? Maybe they're a miracle child who just picks up a paintbrush and does it. But most people, that is not how it works. And even if you have innate talent, that doesn't mean you don't have to refine it and practice and build your skills, right? Nobody nails it the first time. And if you want to build something, really build something with strong, sturdy foundations that lasts you, first of all, that takes time. Like, you want a big old oak tree, you gotta plant that seed and wait. And water it and take care of it and wait. And wait and wait. It takes years, dude. In the case of an oak tree, it's centuries. It's not gonna take you centuries, I promise. I promise. I promise. I think this came out because big shifts are happening. A big wave is coming in. And you gotta be ready and willing and have enough faith in yourself to ride that wave. You have to believe you are capable. You have to believe you can. You have to believe it's possible. Or this opportunity will land right in front of you. And you're going to hang your head like Eeyore. It's like, oh, I hate rainy days. It'll blow right past you. You'll miss the wave. And who knows when the next one will come. It will come again. You know, opportunities come, but not every day. And when the universe cooks up something for you, you have to have the eyes and the faith and the willingness to embrace the unknown. And I know that is the hardest part for me. Embracing the unknown, that's really, really hard. But it's what's necessary. We have to be brave. Fortune favors the bold. And it's hard to do it scared. But you're not alone. You're never, ever, ever alone. And there are other people who want things and are striving to build things. Don't be dragged down by the people around you who aren't willing to try. Don't be dragged down by the people around you who aren't as ambitious as you or don't have as big dreams as you. If you try to talk about these things to your friends and they aren't giving you the enthusiasm you need, do not let that discourage you. Maybe find new friends or different friends to talk to about this, right? It can be really hard when people don't seem to get you or seem to think your dreams are just like unrealistic fantasies or cloud castles in the sky. Big change is coming. But only if you let it. You'll be just fine. Drink some meat tonight. Honor the mean moon. If you're into deer, do something with antlers. It's gonna be okay. More than okay. With slow, steady commitment, it's gonna be pretty incredible. Happy full moon. Have a good night.